MLB ワールドシリーズはロサンゼルスドジャースがニューヨークヤンキースを4勝1敗で下し、4年ぶり8度目のワールドチャンピオンに輝きました。熱戦にピリオドを打ったこのシリーズで MVP に輝いたフレディ・フリーマンが、米大人気番組、ジミー・キンメルライブに出演。話の中で大谷翔平の名前が何度も登場し、注目を集めましたので、日本語字幕付きでご紹介いたします。また、ポッドキャスト番組でマンシーやジョー・ケリーの発言も大きな話題となっていましたので、こちらも合わせてご紹介します。
So they intentionally walk Mookie Betts to get to you. They put him on first. The bases are now loaded. And I turned to my buddy. I said, Cleto, I said, oh, Freddie's mad. They intentionally walked Mookie. Yeah, he's mad. This is going to be good. Were you annoyed?
I'm not annoyed because, I mean, if you follow baseball, once you saw them get second and third on Shohei's foul out, I kind of knew, just left on left. That's kind of the matchup. But I was replaying everything my process that I was going to go with in that moment. So I wasn't really thinking about Mookie getting walked. I was just going over my plan in that moment.
You had a plan going into the at-bat.
Yes.
Well, I will tell you another thing. Our other pal, Jimmy, is sitting next to me. He's going, please don't swing at the first pitch. Please don't swing at the first pitch.
I'm glad he was wrong.
I'm glad you didn't listen.
Okay, so you want to know my thought process on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had watched actually at-bats against Shohei against Nestor. Because usually when Shohei walks into the box, your back's against the wall. It's most likely going to be a home run when he comes into the box. So I wanted to see how he pitched to Shohei. And a lot of cutters and sliders away. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to move my sights closer to me and try and be on the fastball. Because if I'm on the fastball on the inside part of the plate, I won't swing at the cutters or sliders away. And he threw it right where I was looking.
He sure did. Is this?
But the thing is, you got to hit him too. That's the hard part. Like you can be looking in certain spots, but sometimes you miss the mistakes you get. And
yeah, I would miss every single time.
I'm glad I didn't miss that moment.
Have you spoken to Nestor? Did you ever?
No, we haven't.
You didn't have anything. You say thanks. I mean, you should send him a little something.
I don't know how to go about that one.
A fruit basket would be nice. I think that is the appropriate gift. And then you guys have the big. What did you guys do to celebrate after the game?
It's gonna be a little bit of a letdown.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously we went on the road. We celebrate like crazy in the clubhouse, doing a lot of fun stuff. But then we actually had to fly home that night. So we left Yankee Stadium around 3 a.m. and we flew all the way home. We landed at like 9:30 in the morning. So I'm not gonna lie, there was pretty much just sleeping.
Pretty much sleeping. And at what point do you're on this high, you just won the World Series, you're the MVP, all your like childhood dreams have come true.
Yeah.
You get home, do you go, oh, now I have to take out the garbage?
I went trick-or-treating the night we flew home.
Okay,
so,
you did.
Yeah, so I had to get Iron Man set up, the Hulk and Spider-Man. Thankfully, my beautiful wife helped a lot. So, we went straight. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was straight into trick-or-treating. That was pretty much it.
I actually met your family after the game,
That's what I heard.
and they were very, very excited.
I
mean, I was excited for their excitement, really. So, okay, so you went trick-or-treating. Did you see any little Freddies?
Yeah, we saw a couple.
Yeah.
A lot of Shoheis.
Did they notice you? Did the Freddies notice you?
Yeah, I took one picture with a Freddy. So,
okay, all right. That must have been crazy.
It is cool. It's you don't ever think about that as a kid and growing up that you're gonna have people dressing up as you. So
no, yeah.
It's kind of surreal, you know, and thankfully that I was able to do something to make people happy. That's
yeah, you did make people really, not in New York, you made them very unhappy. In New York, the people were displeased.
Yeah, I heard it. Believe me, I heard it when I was there.
I'm sure you did. You not only do you have the bad ankle, which we could all see you limping, but you also had a rib injury of some kind.
Yeah, so I had a costal cartilage defect of my sixth rib, which is essentially a broken rib. That actually happened the night before NLDS Game 1 against the Padres. So I was hitting in the cage and I dropped to the ground and I needed help out of the cage. So I went to an MRI I was in an MRI too about 11:30 that night, and luckily the results came back. I thought I had blown my oblique out and whatnot, but it came back and I was like, well, I think I can play through that, right? With some help.
Yeah, well,
So I wasn't really able to walk in that morning, and we did a lot of treatment, and that's, you know how it was like kind of like game time decision every single day? It was mostly because of my rib, not my ankle. So
interesting.
Yeah, the ankle obviously wasn't very good either.
But Walker Buehler comes out to close that game out. Something happens, he gives up a run, it's a tie ball game. would you have looked over at Shohei and been like, Shohei, you got an inning for us because we are cashed right now. We don't have a lot left.
I mean, I think we were almost getting to that point. I don't know if you guys heard, I know Daniel Hudson was warming up, and, he kind of told all of us afterwards, he was pretty sure that he was going to blow out if he had to come into that game. He said his elbow was barking bad, and, he grinded all year for us. And so that's one of those things where if we bring him in the game and he blows out, it's, I don't know who we have left. So that might have been a moment where, hey, Show, you might have to do something pretty incredible right here and just throw one out for us, but thankfully we didn't get to that situation. Yeah. John Heyman actually asked me, I think he was doing an article about it. First off, thankfully Mookie didn't get hurt. You're talking about your arm hanging over the wall like that. That's very easy to get hyperextended, snap something. So thankfully he didn't get hurt. But I said it should have been an instant lifetime ban from all MLB stadiums right there. You want to initiate that kind of contact, it should be an instant lifetime ban. You're not even allowed anywhere near any park ever again. I think if you're talking about those are the kind of consequences, it's going to eliminate some of that stuff, instead of just saying, oh, he can't come to the next game, but he still gets his season tickets next year and, whatever. That's not really a consequence. Oh, you got to go spend a night in jail. It's not entirely like a huge consequence to some of these people. It's, but they're obviously rabid fans if they have season tickets and they're there and they had that idea in their head that they were going to do that. They're serious fans. And so if you're talking about you can't ever come to another baseball game ever again, that's going to put some serious doubt into people's heads whether or not they want to do something like that.
You said you play the Yankees base. So did you guys know, was that sort of the thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were saying every single game, just let them throw the ball to the infield. They can't make a play. I mean, you saw Shohei got an extra base going to third on sloppy Glaber play. It's well known. We all knew. I mean, we're the Dodgers. We know every little detail. But I mean, past that, it was a fun series. I mean, they almost snagged a couple wins. You know what I mean? But I mean, if it was like the NCAA, like basketball, baseball, hockey, or football, I mean, like it was just a mismatch from the get go. Like we had a playoff re-ranking. Like they might be ranked 8th or 9th best playoff team. You know what I mean? Like you're putting the Padres ahead of them. You're putting the Phillies ahead of them. You're putting the Mets ahead of them. You're putting the Braves ahead of them, and the Braves just got unlucky because they had to play that doubleheader. You're putting, I mean, the Guardians played like crap, but the Guardians played better baseball around. Like it was just a complete mismatch, and it was kind of the same feeling from 2018 when we had to go play the Dodgers. Like the Red Sox were just a way better team. So all we knew is that we just had to play regular Dodger baseball. We didn't have to play out of our butts. We didn't have to do anything crazy, and we were going to win the World Series. It's facts. Like just look at the team, look at the talent. Re-rank the teams, and they're ranked 8th, and they played against the number 1 seed. So, but like I said, everyone knew. We go through numerous scouting reports, videos. Like, hey, look at this is sloppy play. Like, I mean, we pay attention to every single detail. We have a lot of big superstars in our clubhouse, but the superstars also care and aren't lazy and play hard. So that's the difference and the biggest separator.
さらに、大谷翔平は MLB 史上初のレギュラーシーズンで50本塁打と50盗塁という偉業を評価され、MLB の栄誉あるシルバースラッガー賞の最終候補者に選出されました。昨年に続く受賞が期待される中、結果は現地11月12日に発表されます。引き続き、大谷選手の活躍についてお伝えしていきますので、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。